but I was in foreclosure.
Oh, really?
Hey, everybody, how you doing? It's yours truly, Mike Marino, live from my mother's basement, and this time I am in my basement. Unfortunately, I had to leave Las Vegas, Nevada, and travel all the way back to New Jersey, but I was smart. I came in on a Tuesday because the whole world is traveling today and tomorrow, and they're going to be fucked. The weather in Los Angeles, California is out of control, and it's not on fire. It's under rain. So all my friends in Los Angeles, California, I'm so sorry that I left the day before you got stuck in the rain, but tough shit. And we all know that the 405 and the 5 freeway and the 101 that intersects the 134 sucks ass, because that's the area that I unfortunately live in. And if it's not on fire, it's in puddles. Why? Because when it rains in California, they forgot to build a sewer system because they live on cliffs. Now, I'm not saying we're better off here in New Jersey because they don't have the shit that we go through, like snow. But when it rains, everybody runs and cries because that's California. So I will say it one more time. I'm happy that I'm actually in my mother's basement and I'm not in California. However, I did have a great time in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're down in the basement right now. It's the day before Thanksgiving. I'm sorry that I've waited so long to do my podcast. But the celebrities that are on the show tonight have attitudes. They think who the fuck they are, that they could show up whenever they want. And when they show up, they start making out and kissing each other in my mother's basement. If my mother was alive right now, she'd be crying watching these two jamokes kiss each other. In a couple of seconds, I will have one of them on the show as they introduce each other, making me laugh. We're going to have a great show tonight. I'm going to stretch this out for about an hour. And we'll talk about a lot of things that are going on, not only in my career, my celebrity friends' careers, and what's going on in the world, and my race for the White House. Because if you watched the show last week, you know that I had a little battle with Donald Trump right there in the green room inside the Tropicana in Las Vegas, Nevada. It came to blows. And if you saw who was on after I was on, Andrew Dice Clay, who stuck up for me and said that I would make a great president. So you never know. It's nice to have guys like that who get behind me and will help me in my pursuit to take over the White House and make America Italian again. Don't forget, you don't know nothing, you didn't see nothing, you don't say nothing. That's how I roll. We have some great sponsors we're going to talk about on today's show. We got a lot of good things going on in the world, and my swag is 25% off starting tomorrow, Thanksgiving Day, Friday, Black Friday, all the way to Cyber Monday. So if you're going to be looking to buy Mike Marino panties that say get the bat right on the ass, make sure you get them this weekend because you get 25% off. They come in small, medium, large, and maybe you shouldn't be wearing these panties. I'm not saying you wouldn't look good in my underwear. I'm just saying right now it says get the bat. But if you stretch it, it says gabagool, and I don't want to misrepresent myself. We have a studio audience here tonight, and they're starting to giggle, which really upsets me because they should be fucking laughing. That was hilarious.
Do it again.
The last couple of shows I did, I had an incredible actor on the show, and he keeps coming back because every time he sees my car in the driveway, he knows I'm in town and I can't get rid of him. He stops by. He's got one of those families that say, you know what, it's 8:30. Don't you want to go to the store or have a drink with your friends or something like that?
Go on my
That's
show.
called marriage. So, ladies and gentlemen, why don't we say hello to my friend, my comrade, my soon-to-be co-host, because we keep on making more money doing this stupid shit. Gary Pastore, everybody. Come on, Gary. Come on down here and grab a seat. It's taking too long. He usually comes up from the bottom.
I'm sorry. I just left Mike's wine cellar. I'm having a great time.
Hey, it's not that type of show.
It's okay. It's Thanksgiving Eve. You know what you do on Thanksgiving Eve, right? You
Yes.
get fucked up.
We do. We
And
get
then the
fucked
next
up.
day, while you're cooking the turkey,
You
you're about to
slobber.
puke all over the
Yes.
stuffing
And you-
because you don't want to smell anything because you want to have it fucked up the night before. See, I don't do that anymore. Those days are over. I've quit. I've gone to a higher plane.
Yeah, well, we're going to have some cocktails tonight. We're all going to go to the local pub.
Yes.
The local pub is called the Stagecoach Tavern, and it's been there since 1776. And some of our friends used to go there, like Paul Revere and his cousin.
Paul Revere and the Raiders?
Yeah, Paul Revere and the Raiders, and the Musket Men.
George Washington slept here.
George? No, he didn't sleep here. He slept down the block.
He slept everywhere.
There's too many
And he-
Italians around here to like, hey, George, get the fuck out of here.
That's right. They're all little and they're from that town.
Right. We were just talking about little people.
Little people.
Yeah.
The lollipop.
The lollipop kids, because when we were kids and we
kids,
watched
it's
it,
Guild.
All right,
Lollipop Guild.
we could have explained it. Everybody out there who watched The Wizard of Oz, when we were younger, we thought the three kids with the lollipops were saying the lollipop kids, because that made sense, like the Dead End Kids, the Bowery Boys.
Lollipop Guild.
Right.
Lollipop Guild.
Well, we
the
were correct.
Lollipop Guild.
We were corrected because for some reason or other, Gary brought up little people. We didn't say midgets. We were politically correct. We said little people.
What do you call it? Vertically challenged.
Yes. Italians.
Italians.
Italian people.
Hey, there's a guy here. Hey,
You can't talk to the audience because don't forget we're also on radio.
All right. Well, they did that back in the day. There were people in the audience that were on the radio, couldn't see him, right?
They still can.
Walter Winchell.
That's fish.
Ladies and gentlemen, and all the ships at sea.
Look at Ronnie.
I made a wrong turn. I don't know how I got here.
Have a drink.
I ended up in Scotch Plains.
Scotch Plains.
Scotch Plains.
It's a Scotch Plains.
Scotch Plains.
That's what they say. Scotch Plains. This is no Scotch Plains. It's a Scotch Plains.
They put me in time.
Oh, look at my tree.
That's the beautiful Janelle.
Isn't that nice?
Janelle Gator,
Hi, Janelle.
sister of Alligator.
Is that old? Is that old?
But,
Is that old? Did you ever hear that your whole life?
yeah, no, never, not once.
No. See, it's not
I'm
good.
sorry.
Not good.
Alligator.
I'm sorry. Well, last name's Gator.
We're having a lot of
Sister
fun
Alice,
here
how we
tonight.
But not good? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I don't mean
Because
to interrupt.
one of the greatest things about when Gary and I do the show is the subject matters never have an end.
No.
We never even get through them. We were talking about the Lollipop Guild.
And then we were right to
Never
that.
got the answer.
You want to hear about the skin tag? This is great.
The skin tag?
Yes. You want to hear the story? It's pretty funny.
All right.
All right. So embarrassingly, so I had a skin tag. It was bothering me. I never had these things. I don't want them.
Well,
growing
set it
on
up.
me.
You guys set that up a little bit. Not everybody knows what a skin tag is.
Skin tag is
It's
these
the
things
ugly
that grow
fuck under your
underneath
arm.
your armpit.
In your ass.
And my father had one, and when I was a kid, I was afraid of it.
It's
It was like a little dangler, you know. It was like dangling. So instead of me going and doing a smart thing and going to the doctor to get it removed, I buy these home remedy shits. So the first one you do is this needle, and you stick it on a little rubber band goes around it and chokes it, and it's supposed to fall
why
off.
are you looking at him? Look at the camera.
It
Fuck
didn't
him.
fall off. Oh, okay, why am I looking at it?
Yeah, him and here.
So it didn't fall off.
Is this better for you guys?
Yeah, I needed an eye line.
We get an eye
So,
line.
so thank you. And then I bought the spray. It freezes at minus 60 degrees. Okay, minus 60 degrees. Turn the camera around. Don't look at him. I'm telling a
This is so
story.
riveting.
This is a really great camera.
This is a
isn't it?
great story.
This is riveting.
So I shot the thing with the spray, and I froze my fucking armpit. I got frostbite in the armpit, and the thing's still not falling off. So the moral of the story is, if you got a skin tag, go to the doctor and have it removed, and don't try and do it yourself. Now, one more time, I got this one other story, because this isn't
I
as
never
bad as
had
my
one,
friend.
Gary. If I did, I would come to you to do it.
I'll take it off.
Yeah.
I'm probably better at removing yours than my own, but it's going to fall off. I know.
It is easier
I
to
don't
get
have
somebody
one, just
else's
to be clear,
skin
I don't
tag
have
off.
No, but
Because you can
you want to
hold
hear
it
something?
still.
I know a guy, Eddie. He had a growth. He had a growth. Will you stop moving? He had a growth on his butt, and he didn't know what it was. He didn't know if it was a boil. So what does he do? He gets up on his sink, right? He pulls his pants down so he can see it in the mirror, and he fell off the sink. And he came into work the next day with 2 broken arms, a broken nose, and a missing tooth.
So the moral to this
So the moral of the
story is,
story is,
Still has a boil.
go to the doctor.
I've had some skin tags in my life, and I know what you're talking about. You're talking about going to get Dr. Schroll's. They get rid of the wart. It freezes it. You got to be watching that thing. That thing is super cold. That makes
It
it
is.
hot.
Well, yeah, I got frostbite under my arm.
You know,
It's
my
still there.
father had a couple of skin tags. Now, you talking about an old school Italian guy. You know what he did?
What?
He took a knife out of the drawer and he cut it off his body. He ain't got time to go to the doctor.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
You see, I just figured I had to put that out.
What
there.
does this have to do with midgets and the Super Guild,
No, it's the lollipop.
the Lollipop Guild?
It
The
really
correct,
is.
the correct term was they were singing, "We represent the Lollipop Guild."
That's correct.
All right, so 2 subjects are down.
That's 2 subjects down. I won't bring up skin tags ever again. Well, I'll let you know when it falls off, because what it does, I'm going to put it in a box, a little box, and I'll put it in my wife's stocking.
Remember we used to have the term, what are you going to get in your stocking? Coal.
No
Coal.
skin tags that fall off.
You've been a bad kid. You're going to get coal. You can't even say that to your kid now. They probably have you locked up and thrown in jail.
Probably.
My father threatened me. He's going to put coal in my stocking. And the kid's probably like, why is there a stocking?
How many toys did you get when you were young?
1 or 2.
That's right. I
Specifically.
got 4. I got G.I. Joe, a Kung Fu Grip.
G.I. Joe.
Kung Fu Grip. Did you blow them up on what do you call it, 4th of July?
We used to blow up G.I. Joe.
Right, used to make
blew up
landmines.
Ken. Fuck Ken.
Oh, yeah, Ken got blown
G.I.
up.
Joe hated Ken.
Yeah, I know he
Would
did.
put him in a headlock, pulled his head off.
Yeah.
Then he went and banged Bob.
And then what happened?
That was the end of the story. I got 3 G.I. Joes upstairs.
You told me you got G.I. Tony, G.I. Angelo,
Yeah,
or what?
Nikki, Salvi,
G.I. Nikki.
and G.I. Ronnie Marmo.
And
He was the first model. Ronnie Marmo was the first G.I. Joe doll that was in the band. He played the trumpet. Look, he's got to come back home. Look at him. He's the good-looking guy.
says who?
Look at that shiny cash
Can I play
register.
with your hair?
Touch my head. It's
Yeah.
not doing good. I'm not having
So
a good
cool.
head there. But God, touch it. Help yourself.
Wait a minute. I just
Put
love
your
doing
fingers
this.
through. Put your fingers through.
Oh, my
Help you.
gosh, I wish
You don't know another
Yeah.
Italian you could touch his hair publicly
that's
like
true.
this. Because they go like this. You,
You know
could
what?
mess my hair. Look.
But
Don't
you
give
and
a
I are
shit.
friends for so long.
Yeah, but I understand. But you could totally touch my hair. It doesn't matter. Most Italians wouldn't put up
I
with
would
that.
never touch his hair.
Your drunk cousin's coming, you know.
Which
The one who's
one?
over 10 that looks like a prune. Crackhead Richie. He's on his way.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
is he?
Yeah.
Easy.
Oh, Marron. He's on his way.
Yeah, well, he's bringing the
Richie
table.
Sambora?
Richie Zambora, Crackhead Richie. Hi, everyone in
Jackson 5 with this guy.
Instagram land.
All right, you got some fans writing into the show right now.
Who ya?
We got to cover the fact that the new movie that's doing really, really well, of course, that's got all the big names in the acting world is The Irishman. And Gary happens to be the opening actor in The Irishman. Tell us about it.
I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if I open it. I don't even know what I do with it. All I know is they built this big, luxurious barbershop just for me. And
Because you touch Ronnie Moore's hair.
yeah, that's
See?
right. I said actually when
So
I
it
went
all
in, I
ties
said,
in.
do me a favor. Come here, make it look a little like that Marmo guy. And then I get killed.
See? So
See?
it's best not to look like Ronnie.
Best not to look like
You
Ronnie.
look like Ronnie, you're going to get killed.
But yeah, that's been the news of the
You
week.
look like me. You're always there.
And I did Soprano Con last weekend, which was amazing.
Was it?
This guy, Michael Motor, and his 2 partners.
Is it motto or motto?
Moda, Mike Moda.
Moda.
And Mike and his partners, they put this thing together. 15,000 fans in
No
the
shit.
Meadowlands.
15,000?
15,000, and more than half the cast of The Sopranos was there.
Maybe I should have went.
You should have went, but you were busy. You were in Vegas. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
When you're in Vegas, you're in Vegas.
What happens
Anybody
in
out
Vegas
there
stays in
in,
Vegas. You know why? Because the girls on the street are fat. It's unbelievable. And the girls who work on the plane, fat. Everybody's fat.
Really?
Maybe because it's cold out. I don't know what happened. You know when you walk the strip in Vegas and the girls
What's
come.
to me for?
I'm talking to Ronnie because of the hair. When you walk on the strip in Vegas, you can have your picture taken with people who look like other people, Mickey Mouse and SpongeBob. And then there's the girls that dress like flappers, girls dressed like cops, and they got the G-string up their ass. Some of these girls were 200 and 300 pounds,
No way.
and I'm like, why? What the hell? What's going on? What happened? Is there's like
Because
a shortage?
they cater to all types there.
Oh,
Oh,
one
look,
girl didn't even speak English. She's like $100. I'm like, for what? Who's paying who?
Christopher DeFranco, Ronnie, your fan club's on.
Christopher DeFranco's there?
Yeah, talk about 400 pounds.
Say hello.
Crackhead Richie.
Crackhead Rich.
For you
Don't
folks,
take our shit,
for
man.
you people that don't know who he is, he'll be here soon. We'll try and flip the camera around on him.
Don't be doing that, taking ideas.
Put that hat on him.
If you're gonna crack an egg, scramble
Is he really
it.
coming?
Yeah, he's bringing wood.
Oh, my.
Yeah, he's bringing my table for tomorrow's Thanksgiving dinner is a 4x8 sheet of plywood being brought over by your crackhead friend. Richie Zambora.
Richie Zambora. Crackhead Richie.
I call him Fredo.
That's a good name too.
Fredo's coming with a
We
piece
love
of wood.
him.
We're gonna know when he's here. He's gonna crash into the garage and then
He'll make a lot of noise. He's going to try and bring the wood down the stairs.
And he probably
scuff up
used
the
this piece of
walls.
wood to lay cement, and there's gonna be shit all over it. I'm gonna have to clean it. Should have just bought a table. Shouldn't even have had.
It's good wine.
Well,
Very nice. Thank you.
drink it.
I am. It's delicious. I also have a root beer to wash it down.
All right, so we know he's in the Irishman. We know about the Sopranos con. We know about Mob Con's coming up. How
Mob
about
Con.
the Johnny P show?
I have the Johnny P show. We're going to be shooting the Johnny P show. Me,
Is Ronnie
this
Marmo coming?
guy. No, he's not going to be here. He's going to Chicago.
Oh, excuse us.
He's big time now. You know, he doesn't want these small time guys. He's big time. When you're big time, you don't hang out with these small guys. You hang out with the big time guys.
That's it, mate.
He's
One of
big
the
time.
greatest feelings in the world is to know that you're on stage working somewhere and your friend can't come to your show because he's on stage working somewhere too. Isn't that cool?
Happy
Yeah,
Thanksgiving,
no,
happy Thanksgiving, cousin Sal.
Hey, Sal, how you doing?
You should be coming to
Hi,
my
Danny,
house,
how are
Sal.
you? Nice to see you. Thank you, everybody, for writing in so fast right now. I can't really keep up.
I
And
can't.
these new glasses, I can't really read all of this shit. But here's Australia.
Hey, mate, how are you? Shrimp on the barbie? No worries. How's everything? Would you like a Foster's? Good day, mate. Thanks for calling in.
Say whether he's good or not, because I thought that was horrible.
Not great.
Hi, Sarah.
Not great.
It's not supposed to be
Happy
spot on.
Thanksgiving.
It's not supposed to be spot on. It's supposed to be funny.
It was not. It was less.
Ronnie, did you find it funny?
Yeah, very funny.
See?
Oh, here comes the wood.
Is that crackhead?
All right. While everybody's watching right now, we do have to keep in mind that you are listening to us on ddvradio.com every Thursday night at 8 o'clock, and you're also listening to us on www.italianradio.com.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
come on in.
Hello.
Hey, look at this. This is
Hello.
when you know you live in a cool town because people just drop by. Superstar, Mr. Direct, ladies and gentlemen, there he is.
Mr. Marino, what's going on?
How you doing, man?
Good.
Nice to
Happy
see you.
Thanksgiving to everybody.
Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy. And you know this is a cool neighborhood that in a white home, a black man just walked right in,
He
right
said
down
it.
your
He
stairs,
said
and
it.
he didn't get shot.
He said it.
So that's a cool
He said it.
neighborhood. That's
He
what I'm
said it.
talking about.
I was thinking it, but I
That is
didn't
what I'm
say it.
talking about. That's how you know you live in a really cool town. Right? Right. Right?
You ain't
Right.
kidding. He came in the back door.
And he came in the back door.
Because he knows the back door's unlocked. That's some fucked up shit.
You know you're at home when you just know to go to the fridge.
And let people rank on you.
He just goes right in the refrigerator, feels right at home. But that's what we're supposed to be, and that's the way it should be. Good, happy people, friendly, having a good time, having a pre-Thanksgiving dinner, meal, and podcast.
So we're on the Johnny P show on December 5th with it's me and you and the great Kreskin. And we're gonna hope to make some people disappear. And if Kreskin can't make people disappear,
We'll make
we
them
know you
disappear.
and I can make people disappear. and
Or up here.
and there's nothing you can do about it.
Uh-oh.
Who's that?
I want to thank you. When I was sick and in the hospital, I watched your videos, and they cheered me up. And the coming to your show, just thank you.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And if you have a problem, you want to call me, ask me the question. Don't forget, ask Marino anything, and I'll give you that answer. And then, Cam, thanks for writing into the show. We're always loving everybody, making everybody happy. That's what we do, okay? So we got another subject we need to cover, and then we're going to get Ronnie over here because I want him to talk about that as well. And don't forget, folks, 25% off Mike Marino swag. Get yourself some Make America Italian Again t-shirts just by going to MikeMarino.net. Log on, subscribe to the newsletter, and you always know when I'm coming into the area, and I'm going to have Gary on the show, all right?
Yeah, like that.
Thanksgiving is a day that
Take
we
it easy.
celebrate because Christopher Columbus came over and he said, "This is nice. I think I'll take it."
No, that's wrong.
How did it go?
A bunch of English guys got on a ship called the Mayflower, right? They crashed into this rock called Plymouth. They got off. Their feet got wet with them stupid shoes they had on because
Because they only had sandals.
they were not prepared.
Yeah.
Correct. But they were wearing like capris. They had capris on with these stupid shoes with a buckle.
No, I
and
think you
white
mean
socks.
candies. He candies.
No, capris. They had
Capri?
capri pants on.
Capri pants. I remember,
Right?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the Mayflower guys. The guys that came from England were wearing capris. They crashed into the rock. The boat didn't sink because they hit low ground. They got on. A couple Indians came out of the woodwork and say, "Hey, what are you doing over here? This is a fucking Indian territory. You come over here, bring your boat," and it crashed. Indigenous people, whatever. All right, this is
Why
how
are
we
you
say.
talking to them? You're on camera.
I'm sorry, I'm on camera, but this we got
They don't know
lawyers.
what happened. We're the only ones that know what happened.
All right, so they can't.
Christopher Columbus came here and he
No,
said,
it
"Look,
wasn't
I don't
Christopher Columbus.
like corn. I ain't eating that shit. put the macaroni on the table, and we'll call it Thanksgiving.
They didn't even have turkey. How's that? They had lobster. You know why? There was so many all over. They used to wash up on the
Because
beach.
they were in the water.
That's right. And the Indians said, hey, let's get rid of these lobsters to give it to them. And they gave it to them. Everybody got sick on the Mayflower, too, from eating rotten
is-
lobster.
There's my cousin Joanna Giuliano writing into the show, and there's our producer Ciro DiPaggio.
Hey, what's up, DiPaggio? What are you doing? Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, Ciro, listen, we want to get back on the set and make silent partners because Ronnie's hair is looking better than it's ever looked in his entire life.
That's right.
And we have new cast members, too. They just walked in. We don't even know who they are. Look at these people. Look at that table, huh? Just waiting for a 4x8 piece of sheetrock.
How come there's no sandwiches here
You
tonight?
turned into your mother. You put the
What happened to Johnny Salami sandwiches?
You know what I mean? Maybe
What?
for the holidays.
That's not why that's there.
Bullshit.
That's a pad for when the board goes on. Then the tablecloths are going to
Can you
go on.
pass over baby Jesus, please?
Oh, yes.
Please, I want to show everybody baby Jesus. This is baby Jesus.
Oh, God.
Came in on a Mayflower.
Oh,
No, I'm
sorry.
sorry.
No, here's
He
how-
did it.
no,
He did
I-
it. He did it. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding.
Also
I'm o-
inaccurate.
I'm only
You
kidding.
realize that that's the wrong color for baby Jesus, right?
That's true.
What are you talking about? She's tan.
Stan?
But the scary Jesus that's usually in back of you is
That's
like
what happened when he
completely
grew up.
opposite color.
Here's how this all happened. This belongs to my grandmother. I'm never going to get rid of this.
I just kissed it.
When Jesus was born, 3 wise guys showed up and said, hey, when you grow up, you're going to be the head of the family. And Jesus was the first mob boss. See?
God.
So when he was a baby, he
Going to
said,
hell.
what am I going to be when I grow up? And the mother said, don't worry about it. You're going to have some power. And then Jesus grew up and he looked like this.
You look nervous as shit.
He was scared because he knew he was wanted, right? Jesus was the head of the 12 families, not 5. It was 12. Then it was 11 because Judah got out of hand and he whacked them. Jesus went walking around going, hey, you know who I am? You know who I am? You know who my father is? Don't mess with me. I have my father come down here, whack you on a Friday, have you come back on a Sunday afternoon for macaroni.
I have nothing to do with this one. I'm out. I'm waiting for the bolt of lightning.
Is this a holy day?
That one was.
Show them the Charlie Brown tree.
Oh, yeah.
You got to really appreciate all of this stuff. Charlie Brown tree.
We're only going to show you the Charlie Brown tree because Pigpen's on his way over. His name is Emilio. And we'll be right back after this commercial break. How funny is that? Look
That's
at the
pretty
ball.
funny.
Look at the ball.
Supposed to have a pair on there. No.
The ball.
One ball?
The one ball.
Was there one ball on the Charlie Brown tree?
Tilts over.
Or two?
He's got one ball.
It weighs it so far down that it actually
Yeah.
bends.
I got my
Right.
brother.
All right.
So what else?
Let's do a quick shout out to our sponsors,
Okay.
and then we'll do the next half hour with Ronnie Mom.
Hero King.
Thank you, Hero King, for
Johnny
always
Sausage.
supporting Live from My Mother's Basement show with the different characters that I have. The sandwiches are absolutely unbelievable, and the sodas that he has are out of control. Hero Kings of Nutley, you got to go there. He's on Franklin Avenue in Nutley.
Franklin Avenue, Nutley.
Nice Italian guy.
He
His name
even,
is Johnny Salami.
and he has the leprechaun.
HeroKing.com.
What is he called? The leprechaun sandwich, which is liverwurst. And I said, why'd you call it liverwurst? The leprechaun. He says, because Irish guys get drunk, they go in a bar, get their teeth knocked out. The only thing they can eat is liverwurst.
That's disgusting.
That was ridiculous.
I don't even know how he remembers that. But the Hero
I
King is a
remember.
great place for sandwiches. And not only is it great for sandwiches, but the soda that he has, the cream soda that you like,
And the
the
root
root
beer.
beer soda, that's not one of them.
I know.
But he had the Coca-Cola one, the cola one. He had that one that you like, the egg cream, which is,
Egg cream.
I didn't like it myself. But you know what? If you're
no
hungry
egg in
and you're
it.
having one of those sandwiches,
It's really good. Yes, it's delicious.
we could do this. Anybody really know why they call it egg
See?
cream?
You're going to hell for that.
Who said that?
And Sal Pastore, my cousin, lives in Plymouth. And he said he could see the Mayflower from his backyard. Still there, you know.
You know, when people write into the show like this, it just makes you realize they're taking this way too seriously. I know that Jesus. Well, you know what? Let's just go to commercial. When you believe in what comedians are talking about, there's something wrong in your house. There's something wrong in your house. You know, I wanted to bring that up too.
Find Jesus. You need Jesus.
Because have you ever called somebody and they don't call you back? You ever call somebody they don't call you back? You ever text somebody they don't text you back?
I hate that.
I'm always the guy who always reached out. Have you been? Happy Thanksgiving. You want to get together? Should we do something? Haven't heard from you. And when nobody calls me back, I get set on fire. So this year, I'm deleting all these phone numbers and shit like that. It goes a couple of my cousins over there saying they're deleting my number. Well, what the hell?
That's all right. Shit happens.
Joey Gorga.
Really?
That's the guy from...
That's the guy from Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Hey, Joey, what are you doing, man? What
Hey,
are
how
you
you
say,
doing?
brother?
Hey, forget about it. How's everything? Happy
Hey, listen, I
Thanksgiving.
apologize. I know you owe me a phone call. I'll call you tomorrow for Thanksgiving. We do have some shows. We wouldn't do shows with him, me and him. Joey Gorga from...
What happened?
Real Housewives of
we
New
just
Jersey.
met like a week ago.
I don't know. I know that.
Shout out, I heard you.
What's up,
You
brother?
watched that?
Huh?
You watched that?
Hell yeah.
That's weird.
I love that.
There's a bunch of...
27-year-old black guy watches Real Housewives of New Jersey. You gotta love it.
Got
Sorry,
all
Mike.
Italians in the basement, and the black guy watches Jersey Housewives. This is just out of
I
control.
gotta ask one question. Does anybody still do pasta before the meal on Thanksgiving?
That's what I
Is
wanted
that
to talk
gone? Is
about.
that over? Because I think it's stupid.
It's stupid that
It's
we don't
stupid.
or we do.
No, that you do.
No, you got to do it.
You have to do it.
You got to do
No
it.
more.
What if you don't
Not
like
my
turkey?
house.
I ain't having
Done.
turkey. I'm having manigat.
Quit. The Managats
I'm having
went ugats. because-
manigat.
By the time you ate the guts, you didn't want the ghouls anymore.
Huh.
Gots and ghouls, get it?
I think you
I tell you what, I am funny.
you're
That was funny, bro.
You're setting
Let
up
that
Ronnie Marmo for a
marinate.
joke.
I'm gonna say goodbye.
Wait a
And
minute.
you don't want me to say goodbye yet?
Well, I think there was one more subject we had to hit.
All right, hit it because I gotta let the hair in.
Oh, well. Ronnie the Hare.
Ronnie
Is that
the
his
Hare.
new name?
I like it.
Ronnie the Hare.
Ronnie the hair.
Ronnie the
And who's the
Ronnie
tortoise?
Hare.
We gotta have the tortoise if he's gonna be Ronnie the hair. Emilio the tortoise.
Yeah, well.
Because he's late. He's always tardy. There you go. Emilio the tortoise,
he's gonna be
crackhead
fashionably
Richie,
late.
and Ronnie the
Here he
hair.
comes now. He's going to come walking in. He'll have like a shirt on that you wear when it's 100 degrees out because he likes to dress like it's 100 degrees, but it's freezing out. And a pair of shorts.
That's it. Well, he wants to look sexy. is
Tell
what
us
it
where
is.
Tell us where we can find you.
Who, me? Oh, yeah. Gary_Pastore.com. Not .com, on IG, Instagram.
Oh my God.
And then
Facebook.
and Facebook, GP Actor on Facebook. Or Gennaro Pastore, because there's no more room under Gary. You can't friend me there. And GaryPastore.com. Yes. And there's a bunch of stuff coming up, but we'll talk about it on the next podcast because I got to let Ronnie in. He's waiting. I see sweating.
It's my show.
Oh, you don't care? Do you want me to stay? I'll
No,
stay.
no.
I don't have a problem. Can I do the introduction?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, here he is in the audience. The one, the only. Lenny Bruce is not a comedian, but he is Ronnie Marmo.
I don't know. Maybe we could do that better. Wait a
You
minute. Sit
gotta
back
try
down.
to
Sit
get our
back
kids
down.
to
We
know
got to do
what
that better.
That energy was horrible.
That was horrible. Sit back down. Ladies and gentlemen, he's been in many movies. He's been in many TV shows.
General Hospital.
Yes.
The women loved him.
Oh, they
And his hair. I'm only jealous.
Right now, he's touring the United States, doing one of the most incredible off-Broadway performances in a show called "I'm Not a Comedian, I'm Lenny Bruce."
And he's
He's
unbelievable.
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 From Broadway to Los Angeles and now Chicago. Please welcome our friend Ronnie Marmo, ladies and gentlemen.
That was way better. Way better.
All right.
It's a lot more
Sorry.
energy.
Sorry. Bye.
All right, trade him out. Trade him out.
I
Trade him
love
out.
you, Ronnie.
I love you, Gary.
Go ahead.
Well, this is really weird. We're trying
Isn't
to
it
squeeze
weird?
it.
Let me see.
Hey, Jill, how you doing?
You're Ronnie.
Here comes your third favorite guy.
Oh, I just knocked the Johnson off. Oh, there it is.
No, that's not how
You still
Did I do it?
lights.
it changed.
You're missing a whole bunch of light. There you go.
Where's
give him
the
the-
cheese?
I
Where's
give-
the cheese?
We don't no more cheese.
I'm taking my jacket.
We're moving on to
Sweating
some
out.
other
Now
stuff.
things are beefing.
I'm sweating over here.
Whole house is gonna blow.
Coming on the show right now is an incredible actor who we all know and love from around the world, but I know him from Los Angeles. However, he is from New Jersey. I would say Woodbridge, New Jersey is correct, right?
That's true, Michael.
And this is Ronnie Marmo. Now, we will make fun of him because he got this incredible hairline, but we're really not making fun of him. Now, Art,
I wasn't making fun
It
of
looks
He was-
real, doesn't
he
it? It's
could-
crazy. Look.
he can make fun of you. I
I
can't
wasn't
because
making fun of him.
My hairline just doesn't go that way. I used to comb it like you, but I changed to the backwood flip.
Yeah, I don't like the slick back. It's like too Guido for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of choices.
There's
I always look like I'm in a wind tunnel for some reason. I don't know how that happens.
You know, money turns a bald spot into a pot, though, doesn't it? I mean,
Hey.
it really does.
Some guy said to me the other day, "You got a six pack?" I go, "No, but I make a lot of money, so I don't need it. It's called a pot belly. Now get the fuck away from me." How's that?
That's great, Mike.
Yeah.
Good job.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, I'm not having a great hair day, but I'm gonna
It
stick
looks
through it. You know, it's a little.
I know.
okay,
You
Not
like
your
guy.
finest.
Not my finest. No, it's definitely not my finest, but it
Well,
looks
it's not your
okay.
finest, but it's all right.
It's okay.
It's funny. You're never going to hear me say I'm not having a great hair day.
Yeah, I know.
I might say the way the lights are hitting me makes me look a little less.
Oh, who's that? Jill? My favorite guys. Hey, Jill, what's
Yes.
happening? Is that a he? Is that like a laugh? Like an
Yeah,
excitement?
she's saying hi.
Oh, ha ha.
Ah,
oh,
see.
ha. Nice.
See,
Look at the
Ronnie is
friggin'
also one
glasses.
of these guys that's around our age too. And he
What is
doesn't-
this? The
he don't-
intranet? Is
he
this the
don't-
intranet?
This is the intranet. He doesn't know acronyms either.
Are we on the Facha book here?
It's the Facha
The Facha book?
No, actually, we're
It's a fucker book.
on a couple of different
Oh,
shows.
Maron.
Why you got his glasses?
Oh, Gary, I'm dizzy. Oh, but I
Look,
can
those
read
are
it.
reading
Look.
glasses.
No, look how nice.
You can read.
Oh, look how happy Thanksgiving. Who's that? Look how nice.
Did I say the wrong word?
This
Well,
is
what, if
nice.
you're going to be reading all these write-ins, why don't you read these? They happen in the hundreds.
That's
Quick,
far
quick,
now. I
quick.
can't see. Hang on.
Yeah.
Those have-
Brooklyn,
Hi, Brooklyn. How you doing?
Italy.
Italy. Oh,
That really sucks for the Italian people.
that's
probably-
universal,
you probably
right?
really just pissed that guy off.
do you know when I went to
You got a
Italy?
guy from Italy. Hey, say something Italian. Oh,
True story. When I went to Italy and I used all the Italian stuff we do here, my cousin looks at me like, "What does that mean? What is that? I've never heard of any of that." Every Italian word we think is Italian is not
you know
Italian.
what's really funny?
It's the funniest
Just
thing.
like him, you talking to him over there instead of to the camera.
Okay.
What the fuck is with you guys?
What is it? All right, listen. So when I went to Italy and I
Folks,
started
we're
using-
recording.
when I use gabagool, when I use just all the stupid Italian words, they don't know what we're saying in Italy. We made them up.
We did make them up.
All of that.
There's some kind of a slang, but then again, how did our parents say it when they're from Italy?
I don't know.
There's got to be a reason. I never said capricola in my life until I got to California and somebody said
Capricola?
capricola and he slapped my tongue right out of my mouth. I'm like,
Oh,
what happened?
Gabagool.
Yeah.
Gabagool. You know what an Italian ghost says, right?
Yes.
Gabagool.
Gabagool.
We had an Indian dressed as Tony Soprano.
Hey, you had your moment.
Gabagool. It's all right.
Hey, listen, I like the glasses. You think there's something I should go for? What do you think? How you think, Michael?
Look, you got a Mike Marino watching in California. Italian entertainment
That's
television.
That's
It's a new
Marino.
cable show. Thank you very much. We appreciate
Michael
that.
Moreno, not Marino. I like glasses. I might go for these.
You look good in them.
Ron,
Do I
tell us a
look
little
okay?
bit
Yeah, I think I
about.
like them on you.
You got to tell us about this whole big thing now because you went from doing the play at the 69-cent theater.
68. Don't be a
68,
pervert. Yeah.
sorry. I said 99-cent theater.
Thank
He
you.
owns the 68-cent theater in Los Angeles, now in New York.
Mhm.
And he started doing this play that you wrote. And it went from there to New York and then New York to Chicago.
Yes.
And of course, you got the world famous icon, Joe Mantegna, directing that, which is unbelievable. Tell us what's going on and where we can see that. Because you're leaving tomorrow, right?
Yeah, Friday morning.
Friday.
I'm on stage Friday night. We're playing at the place called the Royal George Theater. It's beautiful. It's directly across the street from Steppenwolf, first class theater. We ran for 5 weeks, and we were supposed to close this Sunday, but we just extended again through January 5th. It's a beautiful venue, and it's great. I don't know what can I say. It's a wonderful theater, and we're getting great reviews. We had John Cusack came out, Bonnie Hunt, people like that. Who DB Sweeney, lots of great actors. So
D.B. Sweeney.
you know him?
Well, not personally, but I know of him.
Yeah, he texted me today.
Yeah.
We're now pals.
No shit.
Yeah, he texted me today. He loved it. He came. Chris Chelios came. If you're any hockey fans, the great Chris Chelios came and saw the play, and a lot of Chicago people come out.
All right. Well, one of the biggest things I think I saw just today is someone who came to see your show that just knocks everybody out of the ballpark.
Who's that?
I have to say that. Now, I met him once backstage. I never got to show off in front of him like you did, but Tony Bennett.
Can you believe that?
Look
you
how
believe-
slow you turn your head. Can you believe that?
No, it was one of the great nights. They came backstage. They go, Ronnie.
Hold it now.
Tony Bennett.
Tell the story.
Tony Bennett sitting in the first row. Tony Bennett. Yeah, he. I don't know him, and he was coming in to light the tree for New York, and he came in a day early just to see the play. Says I got to see this Lenny Bruce play.
Get the fuck
Yeah,
out of here.
And Joe Mantegna told me after the fact. Joe said if you would have put a pad and a pencil at his seat, he would have sketched you. He's famous for it. He's a beautiful artist, Tony Bennett. And I was like, oh, I should have done it. He said he would have sketched you on stage. But Tony Bennett came and we talked for an hour after the show. It was one of the great nights of my life. It was 1 year ago tonight.
That.
That he came and saw me perform, Tony Bennett. It
Well,
was
what
huge.
exactly did he say to you? It was like, hey, kid, you
Nice
know.
hair.
Well, yeah, he talked about my hair, and then he said, he talked about, no, because, I called him out because I do this whole bit about blah, blah, blah,
Yes, of course.
and I asked if anybody knows if ever had their blah, blah, and Tony didn't raise his hand. And I go, Tony, are you
never
kidding
had
me?
your blah, blah.
I go, you're Tony fucking Bennett. You never had your blah, blah. And then everybody went, there's Tony Bennett. I went, oh, shit, I called him out. I should have never said it because they didn't notice him.
Right.
And then it was one of the great, honestly, it was like, and then we just talked about the play. We talked about Lenny Bruce. We talked about art. We talked about Joe. We talked about how much I admire him. I helped him to his car. I got nervous. He's on the older side now. And I was like, hey, hold on to my arm, Tony. Swear to God. He's an incredible man. Incredible. We talked for 45
unbelievable.
minutes, maybe an hour.
About 5 years ago, Tony Bennett was performing at the Borgata, and I was performing in the other theater right next to him. Same marquee, same show. I mean, different show, but same night. And all I wanted to do was just meet him on the way through the catacombs when you go around to come into the back of the theater. And I didn't get to see him, but I was like, wow, I'm on the same.
It's amazing.
Same night.
Guys like that, they're so classy too. I mean, Tony's just one of the good guys,
I'll bet. He's
Yeah.
the last of the big shots.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah. So that's what's happening,
Well, tell us about Chicago now, because this is a whole big new adventure. How's the shows going out there?
They're going great. It's unbelievable. We've had about 11 love letter reviews and one putz who didn't get it.
I read about the putts, and you
Well, I
addressed him
posted-
like a nice guy.
I posted it because I
So you got to
figured
tell everybody, set this up, because
Who is
a
I
critic,
take
some guy
care
who
of him.
probably can't fucking act, he sucks, he
Yeah,
hates
yeah.
his own fucking life. You want to put him in a headlock and beat
Well-
the shit out of him, because no entertainer really likes a critic. I'm going to get
Yeah.
away with it. You could say, what
yeah,
you
but
want.
Michael, you set yourself up for that. You pay PR people to get critics in there, and then you got to take their opinion.
They get in for free too. These
Yeah, they get in
assholes.
for
You got to
free.
buy them a drink, take them to dinner, just to complain about your performance.
Well,
Motherfucker.
You know what? We had a lot of nice reviews, right? What's happening here?
Nothing.
Okay. We had a lot of nice reviews, and so people say, "Oh, great review, congratulations." But I figure, well, let me post the negative one because you'll get more juice out of that, right? People will start talking about it. So I was like, I gotta post. I can't just post when things are good. I gotta post the bad. So this guy's like, who cares about Lenny Bruce? Why Lenny Bruce? So I wrote a whole thing explaining why I think he's incorrect, and I would like to take him for coffee. And of course, he never took me up on it.
I couldn't believe it. I read what you wrote.
Well, you know what take for coffee means.
Hey, wait a minute. We're on the radio.
Hey, man, I'm
We're on
sorry.
the radio. You got to remember that, because they can hear our voice. Hey, folks, I hope you're enjoying watching my podcast live from my mother's basement. We're having a lot of fun, and I'm going to have a lot of great guests on the show in the future. So if you like it, hit like. You could also leave a comment. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch other funny videos. And you could also listen to my podcast on your favorite podcast app like Spotify and iTunes.